Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bottle Street Blues, our Dishonored game here on Restless Barbarian Gaming. I'm your GM, Aloysius, and I'm here with the whole gang tonight. It's good to have everybody back. And before we get into the shenanigans, well, honestly, there weren't all that many shenanigans last time. But before we get into it, I'll have all my players reintroduce themselves, starting with going in a clockwise fashion, starting with Fun Size.
Hello, I'm Fun Size. I'm playing Kat, the local courier and bane of Cersei's existence, who may or may not be plotting to steal 2 children. Minus one being a fully grown adult. But anyway, she's getting ready to see some fights without knowing a certain tall man is fighting.
Hey everybody, I'm Q. I'm playing Jimmy Stratton, also a courier. I run a little pedicab around the distillery district and try to keep my head down and do what I can for the Bottle Street gang.
Hi, I'm Nanette, and I'm playing Ryder, streetcar duelist who enjoys being a member of the Street Gang.
I am Diver, and I am playing Caleb Silver and at times Cersei when she appears on scene. This is because Cersei can speak and Caleb cannot. And she is kind of, for all you wrestling fans out there, she's basically his manager. And finds him jobs, which usually results in combat of some variety or another, because that is what he's good at. He's rather a big fellow, and he can't talk, which makes him easy to work with in Cersei's eyes. And he is currently being pursued by other members of the party, one in particular, in efforts to not only improve his hygiene, because he's not in the habit of bathing regularly, but also to free him from Cersei's clutches. Although she's not going to be eager to let her big money maker go. So we'll see how that goes. On to the best parent in our group.
Crazy. So hi, that would be me. My name is T, and I am playing Elizaveta Arkov. She is a perhaps errant virologist, a doctor, who's freelancing currently while also working with the Bottle Street Gang on certain jobs. And she is mimicking being a normal mother pretty badly, but we'll see where we go from there.
I suppose we shall.
You'll stumble your way into it.
Well, when last we left off, we picked right back up post box explosion in the manor of Talia Timsh, where the aftermath resulted in Elizaveta having a seemingly supernatural arm grafted onto her stump. And everyone from the gang saw the end result of this after much pushing to know what the hell is going on and what that explosion was. With the exception of Caleb and Cersei, because Cersei could not be bothered. And from there, everyone sort of just went about their business. Some people experimented with a new appendage. Some people tried to, get some work around town. Other people just needed to go see an old booty call and chill out a little bit. But, and we will be starting out with Caleb and Cersei heading on over to where this underground fight is going to be taking place. It's actually going to be taking place at the Old Hound Pits.
Nice. Yeah.
In the Old Fort District.
Yeah. So Caleb is between jobs at the moment, even though he's associated with and sometimes contracts for the Bottle Street Gang. He is properly Cersei's moneymaker, as I said before. And given that the Bottle Street Gang has no new jobs for him or no new money to offer her, she has cast about looking for other jobs. Someone else had approached him last episode offering him some work for the eels. I can't remember the other part of the moniker, but
the dead eels.
The dead eels. Okay, yeah. And there's so many eels that feature in our stories. Anyways,
more than you imagine.
More than you might imagine. So anyhow, that Cersei had determined that was not a big enough payday, and instead decided to bring Caleb with her to the old. Did you say the old Hound Dog Pits or?
Yeah, the Old Hound Pits.
Hound Pits. Okay, yeah.
In the Old Port District.
Right. Not Hound Dog. That would be Elvis. So, anyways, she is taking him there. Possibly, who can really say what Cersei's motives ever are, except money? That is first and foremost what's on her mind usually, most hours of the day. And she's bringing Caleb with her because potentially she might toss him in, these underground boxing matches to bet on him either winning or losing. Mm-hmm. That works too. And Caleb can take a punch, so why not, right? And so that's why they're headed there, and that's what they're doing. Yeah.
Yes. And I'd say since Cersei hasn't, entirely eliminated the prospect of just throwing Caleb in the ring, you would get there before, all the rabble starts showing up.
Right.
And the two of you arrive outside the Hound Pits pub, once a very prosperous, well-established building, about 3 centuries old. Wow. Very historic. Yes, been around a while, yeah. But unfortunately was condemned during the Rat Plague, mm-hmm. and has sat more or less abandoned ever since.
Perfect place for underground boxing match.
Yes, and the old Hound Pits themselves, where old dog fights used to take place, is conveniently just out back on the riverbank in an adjacent building.
Well, that's where Cersei is leading Caleb then. She's going to speak to whoever is arranging things. Mm-hmm. So usually I imagine there's other handlers and managers and such there, who have already entered their fighters into the cards and things like that, So, she would engage them to find out, who's fighting, whatever. She doesn't need Caleb to fight in order to make money. Mm-hmm. But, since she knows her guy, she wouldn't be opposed to it. But she's also not going to just toss him in there to, get his teeth kicked in either, because he is something of an investment for her. And if he ends up getting damaged and broken, that's going to be bad for her bottom line. So that's kind of her view on it.
Unless he throws a fight.
Right, but, exactly. If he throws a fight, in which case he will be specifically instructed how to do that by Cersei. So yeah.
Like, if you fuck this up for me, I swear.
That's right. yeah, exactly. Like, in the 4th, you go down.
Yeah.
Okay. And don't fight back. Don't make it look like you're destroying this entire match.
Yeah.
She would be instructing him in specific terms.
Gotcha. And sort of as you're walking up, you see a few people just hanging out by the docks, just like smoking cigars and just chatting. And you notice that there are people from like many different gangs at this fight. You see a couple people from Bottle Street. You see some people from the Dead Eels. You see some Hatters. You see some Parliament Street Cutters.
Are the Eels? Did you say the Eels are there?
Yes. You see a couple people sort of like dressed in like sort of like sailor attire from the Dead Eels.
The Dead Eels, yeah. Of the Bottle Street gang, is one Cat present?
I suppose that's up to Cat. How early would you have decided to show up?
Basically whenever she got done with work and could, go home and change. She kind of dresses up a bit when she has actual jobs.
All right. So I would leave it up to you then if you're already there or not.
She might be milling around, seeing if she can spot Jacob.
Okay.
Who is somewhat easy to spot, given that he's not Jacob. Caleb. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you referring to Caleb? Maybe not.
No, she was invited by Jacob,
okay.
who was handling your guys' last job.
Sounds good. Well, the whole point of that inquiry was to make sure that if Cersei did see Cat, there's already... We haven't started, but it's already started. Like she's not going to... She's going to steer Caleb in the other direction. She's not going to be dealing with that tonight if she can help it. So, but if she doesn't see her, then fine, whatever. Of the classes of people here, you mentioned there's a bunch of gangs. Do they represent multiple socioeconomic levels, or are they all kind of mostly from the same area?
I mean, at the end of the day, they're all gang members, and most people tend not to join gangs in Dunwall if they're well off otherwise. So
I mean, you never know what the wealthier upper classes might do. I mean, maybe they have a rich gang. I don't know, So I mean, or maybe they're slumming it. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't put it past them to engage in unethical, immoral activity.
Yeah. As far as you can tell, it seems to be like predominantly like the working class.
Okay, all right, sounds good. All right. Well, fair enough. Cersei is ever on the prowl for money, so she's not going to be dealing with people who don't have it. And she's been talking to, bookies and managers and fight leaders and organizers and things like that, because she's not going to be dealing with these piss poor gang members who have nothing to offer. So,
Understandable. So then she makes a beeline just straight for the bookies.
Absolutely. Think of her like a sieve, or a panhandler, looking for gold and things like that. She's gonna sift through a lot of other unnecessary, unwanted stuff. She's like one of those sand sweepers, people that go along the beach. They find all kinds of junk, but like not really what they want to find.
With her metal detector, or
exactly
whatever.
Right. Exactly. That's her.
Detectorist.
She's sifting through all the rabble and all the trash, to find that glittering diamond in the rough there. So yeah, she's looking for her prize. So yeah.
Okay. Well. Let me roll for her.
Sure.
What do you think her style of interrogation would be in order to find the proper method?
That's a really great question. I think she would probably be clever.
Okay.
I think she would.
That was what my gut was telling me, but I wanted the Cersei expert.
It was clever by way of forceful. So
by way of forceful.
Yeah. She would be clever, but she would not be hesitant to be a little intimidating too, if the situation called for it. In that way. So yeah, forcefully clever. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's 2 successes for her. So she, would find a bookie and sort of get the general vibe of who and do we think has the best chances and all
odds.
that.
Yep.
And
she's doing poly market before poly market ever did its thing.
Yeah, for sure. And the what is the proper term that I'm trying to think of? The popular bet is, that's probably not the correct term. As you can tell, I'm not a betting man, but
having money to gamble away in this economy,
couldn't be me. But
right. I hear you.
But is the most popular choice as far as fights goes is actually Jacob Glass from the Bottle Street Gang.
Excellent. So she gets to watch one of the Bottle Street Gang get their teeth kicked in, potentially. So some things that she's going to take a little secret pleasure in, just a little bit of sadistic pleasure in watching that happen, if possible. But how do the odds look for Jacob? Is it for or against?
It's predominantly for.
Okay. Well, then she might place a small wager against. Because then naturally the bet against would yield a bigger reward should something unfortunate happen to Jacob, right?
That is true. So about how much would she be willing to bet on this?
Now I'm not familiar with the kind of economy and currency it's in Dunwell right now. Cersei's got some loose change to throw away on, wagers such as this. But I'm not sure what that kind of amount might look like. But yeah, let's just say until we determine that she's throwing up away, she's putting down a manageable amount. She's not putting down the entire business on it.
Yeah. Okay. Let me tell it to you this way.
Right.
For reference, a knife, just a standard knife that a gang member might get their hands on, is about 20 coin.
Okay. She would put down 100 coin on it. Because he's the fight's worth 5 knives. So yeah, 100 coin on the fight. And particularly she would begin. Now Cersei is not the type, I'm going to have to say this, she's not the type to play fair. I know this comes as a shock. I know it does, but she's not the type to play fair, and she is going to. She knows that these boxing matches or these fights are not sanctioned, that they're not, strictly speaking, legal.
I'd say they're definitively illegal.
They're dirty. Yeah, they're dirty as shit. So it's been known to happen, right? I think we can agree that sometimes certain things may happen during a fight. Maybe a fighter gets too close to someone and then receives, an accidental cut on their, one of their main arteries or something. Or like something, or an Achilles tendon is suddenly sliced or something like that. So like, it's been known to happen, right? No one, sometimes the structure and the rigging of the fight circles and everything, it's not well inspected. It's got dangerous sharp edges and things. You know where I'm going with this.
Yes.
So she's going to engage in shenanigans if she can. And,
sure.
And if you're asking me for how she does this, it would be a kind of, let's call it, a survival quietly type move. Maybe?
Okay. Well, how about we look at it this way?
Yeah.
How about we look at it this way? What exactly is Cersei planning on doing?
Well, she would simply just want to even the odds a little bit, like in her favor. Whether this happens to, dirty tricks, as it were. That's what she's after. Like maybe, she drops something in Jacob's drink, or maybe, in his water bottle that, they squirt into them, like between the rounds and things like that. Or maybe, who can really say? Maybe a cloud of powder.
Hopefully you.
Yeah.
Hopefully you can tell me.
Right. A cloud of powder might happen. Somebody might, smash their facial powder or something, kit or something, and blind poor Jacob momentarily in the fight or something like that. I mean, who knows really what might occur, but like she's going to be looking for something not to implicate herself, and certainly not anything that would set off any alarm bells, but maybe something that could turn the fight in her favor and win her a nice little 500 coins in return or something.
Okay. So is she going to go about this sabotage herself? Or is she going to try and co-opt someone into doing it for her?
That's a great question. I would normally say yes. She would be happy to involve Caleb, except Caleb is big, and he is stealthy though, and he does move quietly. I mean, if you believe as a storyteller that he could be stealthy about this in this very packed arena, then I'm fine with her like deploying Caleb to do her dirty work for her.
Honestly, I would say if you like wait for it to start like filling in more,
right?
Then I'd say it's not unreasonable to be able to deploy Caleb because he would not stand out as much.
I think that would be the way we go then, because big boy, he's actually pretty quiet, pretty stealthy. He's like a big cat. So yeah, he can get the job done if she explains to him what she wants. So yeah.
Okay.
It would be sneaky. Whatever. She doesn't want to get caught doing this, and she's going to encourage him to avoid getting caught as well.
Okay. So oh, this is a good question.
It is a good question.
Let me look at something real quick. Doo-doo-doo.
The skills is the only thing I'm really not entirely certain on. The style, I'm pretty sure would be.
That is what I am contemplating as well. Let's see.
I love how this is how we're starting. is that Caleb is being deployed to make sure Jacob loses this fight.
Yeah. I guess just move quietly.
That works. That's fine.
Either quietly or cleverly, one or the other.
They're both the same number for him.
All right.
So
Sounds good to me then.
We'll go with move quietly or cleverly. And I would like to argue for stealth as part of this. I think this falls.
I think that would be appropriate.
Yeah, inside the focus of stealth. So that adds that number to my roll, right?
No, is it one of your focuses?
Correct.
Okay. That just means that if you get that number or lower, then it is considered a critical success for you.
Outstanding. Okay. Well, I got a 1 on one of these dice.
Okay.
Caleb's good at what he does. So I believe that's a critical on top of a critical, right? Like a 1 is like really like a 20 in any other system, right? Here.
It counts as 2 successes.
Yeah. So that's 2 successes, which are also critical successes, I suppose, because it's under 4, right? So
what was the other one that you got? A 1 and a what?
A 1 and a 17.
A 1 and a 17. Okay, so then no, it's just the 2 successes.
Okay. Well, 2 successes is fair.
It's still good. That is still good.
Yeah.
All right. So, Caleb, paint the picture for me.
All right. So, Caleb, like I said before, is kind of a big cat. He's rather large, but he knows how to move quietly. Caleb, back in his younger years, was a bit of a hunter type, hunting big game in the frozen tundra wasteland where he comes from. And so he knows how to move pretty quietly. He can sneak right up on somebody in a way that, most people wouldn't expect a guy who's pushing the better part of, 6'5", or taller, you would expect that type of guy to move like. But he's able to do it. So he's able to basically take the reagent, we'll call it, reagent powder, that the little powder pill that Cersei has given to him, and when everybody else is looking the other way,
is this some sort of sleeping pill or something?
It's meant to be not quite a sleeping pill, but just something to disorient, Jacob. Maybe he sees 3 fighters in front of him instead of 1, like that sort of thing. A hallucinogen. Maybe he sees a giant spider in front of him, and so everybody else will just think that he got hit really hard in the head, but he'll be seeing all sorts of terrifying things that will impede his fighting ability. So yeah, so I think that's what will be slipped into his drink, or something like that, in his water bottle or whatever the hell they use, and or maybe it is like rubbing ointment, or I don't know, and Caleb will be gone back into the crowds before anybody knows he's even there. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good to know. But
I love starting with shenanigans. Thank you for offering me that opportunity.
No, of course. But before we get into the possible ramifications of all that, we're going to go back just a little bit before the sabotage started happening.
Right.
And we're going to go and transition over just a little bit to focus on Kat. And sort of as you're arrive and start mulling about a little bit, eventually you see Jacob wave at you and start walking over to you.
She'll kind of nod and walk over.
You made it.
Yeah. Didn't realize I was that easy to find. Not many people want to walk up that many stairs.
Well, I don't really have a good answer to that, if I'm being honest.
At least I hope you got a bit of a view.
Yeah, it was nice.
Everybody ignores the and player is blanking on the word top portion of a house where you can store things.
Attic?
Yes.
At first I was like, oh, yeah, we got there. We got there.
I'm working on about 3 hours of sleep. We're good.
It's all good. I've definitely been there for sure.
But yeah, no, she rents a portion of an attic apartment. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Oh, well, I'm glad you were able to make it here okay.
Yeah, it was a late day, so I was able to make it.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I honestly wasn't sure if you'd come or if this was your scene or anything.
Oh, Jacob. There's a lot about me you have to learn.
Well, hopefully we can change that.
So any good high spots? Kind of short.
There's not really seating, unfortunately, but I can try and get you towards the front of the cage.
Don't really need seating. I just need something to, perch on.
Oh. I'm sure we can get you a stool or something.
Been climbing shit since I was small.
I suppose you could climb the cage, goes all the way up to the ceiling.
Well, if I did that, I'd be too enticed to throw shit at people. So
Fair enough. They'd probably try and stop you anyway.
they'd have to
Emphasis
catch me
on
first.
That's why I was saying emphasis on try.
Well, good luck tonight then.
Thanks. But yeah, if you want a good view, then you should probably try and get towards the front before it starts filling in.
All right then. And she'll kind of bump her shoulder against him as she walks past.
He sort of like chuckles and then like fixes his hat and follows.
And she's just gonna kind of post up around his portion of the ring.
All right. And it's sort of like as the crowd starts filling in, Jacob goes and sort of like takes off his hat and like rolls up his sleeves, takes his sort of like he has these sort of like studded gloves that look like they almost have like something akin to knuckle dusters like sewn into the glove itself. Takes those off to reveal just like wrappings around his hands, and steps on in, and the other fighter is someone maybe like an inch or two taller than him. He's about this other guy's about probably like a halfway in height between Jacob and Caleb, and sort of similarly built, sort of like really like really like scruffy hair. Looks like he's beginning to grow out a beard, but it's in that like nobody should be looking at me stage right now. And he's dressed sort of in a similar style to the Hatter gang. Top hat that he removes, sort of like tailored like dress coat that he also takes off to reveal sort of just like a button up underneath. And
I appreciate that they all have their own outfits. Like that's pretty cool. Yeah. They come dressed up in their like theme.
Yeah, they're like look, we got to represent.
They're always branding. Yeah.
We must be on brand.
That's right.
At
Always be
moment.
branding. Yeah.
And as they're sort of like getting ready in their respective corners, the announcer sort of like walks out into the middle, and yeah, exactly. She's just like hyping up the crowd, and it looks like Caleb, it takes you a second to register, but the announcer is actually Roxy, the dead eel who you saw at the bar the other night. And she's just
Cersei's
like,
gonna be like, yes, I know. I remember her. Yeah.
I remember that bitch that was talking to you.
Exactly.
And she's just like standing there hyping up the crowd, getting ready to be like, are you ready to see some blood? And
the crowd goes wild.
Yeah, they're fucking losing it. And they're like, yeah, I'm ready to see some blood.
Yeah. The fighters are dipping their knuckle dusters into like broken glass shards and everything.
There's no knuckle dusters, it's just bare fists.
That's right.
But,
just digging them in there, like
they're like, let's cut our hands preemptively.
Right, exactly, yeah.
And
this is Dunwall, okay?
Yeah, this is Dunwall. And she sort of like brings the two fighters in and saying like something that can't really something to the the general like preppy like all that no one can hear over the rowdiness of the crowd.
Yeah, no crotch shots and things like that.
Laying the ground rules.
Right.
But, there are only so many because
there's 3.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And before she backs off and they just start going at it. And Jacob, for the most part, is dodging and weaving and getting a couple gut shots in there, and really doing his best to just maneuver out of this guy's way. The other guy like gets one good lick in, like right across the jaw. Was looking not great for the other guy before before the bell goes off, and they sort of like go back to their respective corners. And this is when Cersei notices Jacob takes a drink from the it's definitely not like a bottle, like the mug that they took from inside the pub that Caleb messed with. 30 seconds to 30 seconds to a minute goes by. Yeah. I was like 30 seconds to a minute goes by, and they like get back to it, and at first same sort of like rinse and repeat as was happening before. The other guy's doing a little bit better in sort of predicting Jacob's, dodging and weaving. And there's like one moment that, thank you. And there's one moment where, Jacob almost seems to like lose focus for a second, and I'm gonna see like how bad this hits him. You're terrible. All right, and when he sort of like, pauses momentarily, the other guy really just starts like going to town on Jacob, just like getting multiple gut shots in, hitting him across the jaw, giving him a bloody nose.
I hate to see it. Yeah. He started off so well. He was doing so well that first round. Yeah, no.
Yeah. And then sort of like after he was getting pummeled, he seemingly finds a second wind and stops this other guy's hit, and and then just like slugs him right across the jaw, and the guy just like falls down. And you, as he sort of like gets up, or attempts to start getting up, he sort of turns, and you can see that his jaw is like dislocated. And then Jacob just like walks up, and then as he's attempting to get up, just kicks this guy in the face and knocks him down. And Roxy's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're done. And crowd goes crazy. And Roxy sort of like gestures over to like the manager, whoever is whoever's like here for this Hatter. And she's just like, get his sorry ass out of here. And I don't think they have ambulances in Dunwall, unfortunately. But
body bags.
Yeah. And Jacob sort of like just wipes a little of the blood off his face and sort of just like spits some of the blood out onto the floor, and heads on back towards his side, and he sort of like goes and finds Kat, who's on the other side of the bar. What'd you think?
You had him nicely in the first, but what the hell happened? Or was that calculated?
I wish I could say that was calculated. My head just felt fuzzy for a minute there.
Would Kat be able to work out what could have happened because she was like near him enough? Because she wasn't too far from his side of the
That is
ring.
true. She was pretty much right there.
Mhm.
Make me a study cleverly to sort of
Okay.
like review the series of events.
All right. What is the extra that we can add for dice? I'm blanking on what it is. It isn't void points. It's
You talking about
That's
momentum?
momentum,
Yes,
Kevin.
momentum.
yeah.
The void works too. You can use void just like momentum.
Yeah.
True. I'm going to add 2 void points to that, just because my dice luck has been really crappy lately.
I'll say, well, specifically, what void points you can re-roll any of the d20s in your dice pool. So if you get, if you like botch something or just roll too high, then you can re-roll it. You can create a truth, or you can pick one of your d20s, and instead of rolling it, you just get a critical success.
So if I chose to use one of my void points, I could make one an instant success, and then I would have another to roll.
Yes.
Okay. That is what I will do. So I have the instant success and a 5. And my total for that was an 8.
Okay. So then that's 3 successes for you. So we'll say you guys get a momentum. And you're sort of like reviewing the series of events. You were like, like what exactly Jacob was doing, and everything that sort of like happened. And the only thing that you can think of is that someone potentially like messed with his drink, when he was not, over in the corner.
So she'll kind of look at him and go, "So how long was your drink left alone?"
It would have been probably just before the fight.
That's about the only thing that seems logical.
And he'll sort of like walk over. He'll sort of like take a couple steps over. Crowd still like, they're like dragging the other dude out of the cage, and Jacob will sort of like grab the mug and then walk out of the cage, and sort of just like take a sniff. It's not smelling off, but
I was about to say, right? This is purified Dunwell water, right? Like, I mean, can we really tell?
Purified.
Yeah.
It
You're
smells
not
cleaner.
that high up
Yeah.
for
That's the problem.
purified.
Yeah, it's just like smells like hagfish.
Right. Exactly.
And he's just like, doesn't smell off, but I'm thinking you're probably right on that one. And he sort of like takes it and he just sort of just like tosses it off somewhere.
Well, looks like you need someone to watch your cup.
Yeah, I guess so. Come with me while I clean up my face a little.
Yeah. You're almost ruggedly good looking.
Alright, I'll take the almost, I guess.
And she just has this shit-eating grin on her face as she says it.
And he'll sort of grab his gloves and hat and sort of walk off with you as Roxy sort of like starts, telling people what's up and all that. Yes.
So he's going to be fighting again. Do I have that impression?
I was like, he'll be fighting again later, but there will be sort of like intermediary, like lesser bouts.
Of course, yeah.
But he will. Yeah, it was like he's opening, but then he's coming back and he's fighting again.
Well, I don't mean to interrupt this in any significant way, because I'm loving this whole back and forth between Jacob and Kat. But what I do want to say is, first of all, if we rewind, do the replay, we'll discover that as the loser from the Hatters is not getting up, Cersei is there in the front, just kind of along with a bunch of other people, like calling him all kinds of names and telling him to get up, and
naturally
he's a wet noodle or whatever, and like basically he's just he's a loser, and get up, loser, and that sort of thing, and so she's not doing anything untoward that would differentiate her from anybody else in the front, but she would not let it go. Because she did lose that money, and she would not let it go. And if Jacob were to have another scheduled fight this time, she would take the opposite approach. She would change tactics.
Oh,
take the opposite approach, yes, and give the other fighter a bit of an advantage, a little bit of an edge in some way.
Okay.
So because now, it's potentially, she saw the water bottle getting thrown out. I mean, who does that in this day and age? But, anyways.
A metal tankard.
Right, exactly, right. It throws away free water in Dunwall, I mean, really? You're going to complain about the quality? But she would take the opposite attack of not even messing with Jacob anymore, but rather just giving a little bit of extra boost to the other fighter potentially.
All right. Well, I'll say before we get into that, and before we get into before we get into the shenaniganery and Kat talking with Jacob, I think it's important that we go and check in on what everybody else is doing first, because this is ramping into a whole thing that I should have anticipated, but did not.
Should have anticipated. You turn this over to me, and I'm gonna railroad your entire session if you let me.
I should know better by now, but evidently I will never learn. So, so I think first, since we didn't get to see his lovely self last week, I think we're going to check in on Ryder and what he's doing / what he's been up to since the last craziness involving the Nameless and all that.
Well, now that he's got a bit of money, he has been using it to go out drinking and generally having a good time.
Respectable.
Exactly. Gives some of the money to his uncle that he lives with, and just most of the time, hang out with the rest of the Water Street gang, showing off, get into fights with whichever gang is running around. Not major, just the occasional Barney for the sake of old times, and just raising hell around town. He might actually be somewhere in the audience on these fights.
Love that for him, and I would not be surprised. Yes, based off of all of that, I could fully see him showing up here.
Yeah, he might even enter one, although he won't actually be very good at it. So he will be actually in one of the bouts,
love that. Yeah. One of the intermediary bouts. I love that.
Yeah,
love it.
Exactly.
How hard does he give it his all, or is he like, I'm just doing it for the hell of it?
He does gives it his all. He even placed a small bet on himself.
All right, just for fun.
Gold coins.
I would say, all right, just for funsies, we'll just make this one roll. But
fight boldly.
Yeah, sure. Fight boldly. Love it.
I rolled. What's this? Oh, 7. No, actually, yeah, just 7. We'll get 1 success.
1 success. All right. Okay. Yeah. You just this other guy that you are going up against was even more unprepared. And you just He was not expecting just how bold you were going to fight, and you just lay into this guy and just fuck up his day.
I'll celebrate. Pick my amazing winnings of like, I don't know, 5 coins.
Yeah, and the crowd is at first floored, but then they just erupt in applause.
He takes a bow. And then probably goes to like clean his face and get people to buy him drinks.
And I was like, and after that, there are definitely a few people who are willing to buy you drinks. Being like, dude, that was fucking nuts.
Yeah.
All right, Jimmy, what are you doing?
Well, Jimmy had a pretty light day in terms of fares, so he probably slipped on over to whatever the Bottle Street Gang's clubhouse is.
Yeah, it's the whiskey distillery in the distillery district.
And if he heard about the fight, the fact that Jacob was going to be there is incidental, but the fact that there's going to be a fight with a density of people needing rides home afterward, he would probably head on over and get set
We
up
love an entrepreneur.
right? Get set up to like get some of those drunk ass people back to their houses.
Seriously, like those Uber drivers and everybody are always lined up at those events. They're like, "We got you. We're ready to go."
Yep.
All right. So do you actually watch the fights, or are you just like, I'm waiting for them to start flooding out so I can take them off?
Yeah, I'll go in and watch like the early fights and stuff, but like the last couple fights of the night, I probably won't because I'll be out.
Yeah, you're like, I gotta get these people out of here.
Yeah, there's always those people that like to leave before the show's over so that they can beat the traffic.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, so then you definitely would have seen Jacob's fight, and I'd say you also would have seen Ryder absolutely throttle some other poor guy.
Right, I cheered him on. Woo!
All right, we got 4 out of the 5 there. So lightning strikes at the manor of Lord Gustav as we enter the mad scientist chamber of Yelizaveta Arkov.
We weren't even in there.
I know, but I just like to set the scene. So what are you up to, Yelizaveta?
About what time is it at this point?
It's definitely later in the day. Sort of probably at this point for you, probably like early mid-evening.
Okay. I think that it's essentially like Yelly takes Dima back home, goes, well, food is important, and goes about making some food or something for the both of them. Honestly, I think because she's thinking about the fact that she has spent a whole day not working, that she's gonna need to make up for it with the time that she has after doing everything at home.
Mm-hmm.
So she just essentially makes like a meal for Dima and then just like grabs some bread or some shit. And I was gonna say that I think because why the hell not? If everyone is there, I honestly think that yeah, Yelly can also go to these pit fights to do a little freelance bandaging, taking care of fighters that get hurt.
Interesting. Okay.
So I think this just kind of like essentially kind of get things around at Lord Gustav's, check and make sure that he is good. Is he actually lucid and awake?
Yes, he is lucid and awake at this point, because you were out basically all day.
Wonderful. Okay. Yelly will go and like check on him first after Demon finishes dinner and
All right.
everything.
Right. And I know he's old, but just how old is he?
I was thinking like in his 70s.
Okay, so not quite as old as I was imagining, but still up there.
I think it's kind of like he is 70, but it is probably the chronic pain
Gotcha.
that's doing him in. Yeah. I just knock on the door.
Come in.
I'll let myself in. Oh, so it seems you're doing a lot better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Arkov, I'm much better. I took the medicine as you instructed.
And how does your energy levels feel now?
Better after some rest.
Okay. And I think that I'm just going to... I think probably what happens is that, every day just kind of goes through like basic mobility tests with him just to see if there's any outlying pain. I'm imagining that he's probably suffering from most likely like arthritis of his joints and just like feeling the mobility of his body breaking down a little bit, unfortunately.
I could see
Shout out
that.
to all my early onset arthritis havers. So yeah.
Yeah, I could see that for him for sure.
Essentially after that, I think Yellow's gonna say, so I want to make sure that you're fine with everything. I know I've had some errands to run recently, but there is one more thing that I need to step out to take care of for the evening in preparation for the rest of the week. Is there anything that you will be requiring of me?
No, I believe I should be all right. I'll take the medication as instructed, but I do not believe I will need anything else this evening. Thank you.
All right. Well, then I will make sure to check back in on you just to make sure everything is okay. I'm back in the manor. But otherwise, I will talk to you tomorrow.
Very well. You have a good night, Doctor.
Not the chat being like, did he notice the new arm? No.
Just like how blind is this bitch?
Yelly is not bring it up. If he doesn't say anything, she's not saying shit. So it's honestly, we're good.
Maybe he did notice it and he's too worried that he's finally got the
I mean, to be fair, the sleeping medication that she prepares for him doesn't make him the most lucid, and then the other is kind of like an upper. So I don't know if he has the wherewithal to notice much right now.
Probably not.
He feels
Realistically,
great,
he's feeling awesome. He's
Yeah.
feeling awesome.
Throwback to when they just put a shit ton of morphine and stuff, and they were like, "You're good. You won't feel anything." So obviously you're healed. Anyways,
Yeah. It's like take a little cocaine for the headache.
But yeah, I think after that, I will prepare to head out for the evening.
All right. And so you head on over to the old Hound Pits also to do some freelance bandaging.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I think this is probably like it's not like she has a clinic. You know what I mean?
You ain't wrong.
So I think that this is pretty normal work for her, especially seeing as it seems like a haunt of the Bottle Street gang anyways to be here. So
So she's currently like ministering to the Hatter guy who's
Oh yeah, who got
Who just almost died?
yeah. Who got his jaw dislocated?
Yeah. You might need a new jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just
We
has
need to
pay
wire
her
that
fee.
shit shut.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think that's essentially what she's just doing. She's not really paying attention to the fights, but she is
Fair
trying to
enough.
make sure no one dies, so that law enforcement doesn't get pulled over catching the scent of something illegal going on.
Yeah, it's just like, damn, that dude got fucked up. Well, anyway.
Sad. Anyway.
Yeah, kind of just like lightly grabs. Well, I said lightly, and I don't think it was lightly. I think it was just like grabs the dislocated jaw.
Yeah, just
There you go. There's some morphine for you. You'll be fine.
And it's just like.
it's just like all right, just on the count of 3, all right, 0. All right, you're good.
Essentially, and just being like, no, I can give you something for the pain, because right now your body's going to be in shock from that for like maybe about another 2 minutes. But after those 2 minutes have passed, you're going to want to start crying and potentially shitting yourself. So I have some morphine, if that would be of service to you, and I can also prescribe some pills for later. You're definitely going to want those, unless you want your entire neighborhood to hear you crying for your mother.
I have a question.
We love Yelizaveta's bedside manner. Yes,
I have
your
a question. For
This is why she's a fan. She's it has its merits. What's the question?
She's a researcher.
She's
right?
Well,
Yelizaveta
is a virologist. She's
doing like research and experiments, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I imagine, in like someone in her field, I would not put it past her or be surprised or even consider it bad practice at all to, when the opportunity arises, say, run a trial on a new drug, or something like that. I mean, people are in need, and she can certainly get consent, like I got something else here that is a little experimental, but might help you feel better.
So, yes, but that there's 2 things. So,
okay,
Yelizaveta's not going to waste expensive, important materials.
Sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
On other people first and foremost. Also, Yelizaveta will not do anything that she wouldn't do to herself first. So anything she's administering is shit that she's already taken.
Okay,
absolutely.
So she tries it on herself first. Okay.
Yes. Yes, it's a very interesting moral code.
It really is. It's not something I would have immediately looked for. Yeah.
Yeah, she is very much willing to experiment on herself.
She's an ethical mad scientist.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
She has some ethics.
Yeah.
Exactly. There are some ethics there.
Ethics exist for her, at the very least.
The spirit is good. The heart needs to be maybe moved in a better direction to be like, hey, you're not in gray area. You're in like almost just like full on bad territory. So like, calm down. Anyways, yeah. But you know what? I do love that. I'm imagining now that Yeli's gonna be like, now these pills, like I said, the morphine. Maybe you've tried this before, maybe not. You'll love it. But these pills, okay, they will not only numb the pain, they will also, well, let's just say your brain will forget you were feeling pain in the first place.
It's like, have you tried this stuff called laudanum?
Yes.
Completely safe as long as you take as prescribed. I would suggest you not take more than 1 pill in an 8-hour period, unless you want to be pulling blood from your dick. So
Or drink alcohol with it or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. At
No,
first
I
this guy
definitely had this with a little absinthe. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I would say at first this guy was like, looking at you like, what the fuck ever. But then you say that, and he's like, maybe I'll listen to you actually.
It's like, just give me the whole bottle. Oh, never mind.
Maybe don't do that actually.
And then as he's like taking
I'll
the
listen to you.
bottle, she just like grabs the other arm, holds it taut, and then like just touches around for a vein, and then just straight up injects morphine.
Just jams it in.
And she has an incredibly steady hand. So.
Just like, I never miss the vein. Never.
Well, I've had more than enough practice.
Amazing.
Yep, and then before you know it, he's just like, oh, just...
All right, somebody lay him out. Who's next?
And we'll transition back over to
fucking pulls out a cigarette.
Yeah, just like,
like
who's up next,
long night.
bitches?
Yeah.
We'll transition back over to Kat, and you're walking off. Yeah, I'd say probably sort of like out the building towards the pub proper, and he yeah, sort of wants you to get inside it's like a multi-level building, but the pub itself is on the ground floor, and he'll sort of like walk over to the bar and sort of just grab a cloth and grab one of the bottles that they got back there, sort of like douse it and just start like patting at his wounds on his face.
She's going to just grab the cloth and kind of like take his face in her hand and start dabbing because she can actually see everything.
And sort of like take a seat. Thanks.
Yeah. Easier not to have to find someone new to take your spot.
Fair enough. So, almost ruggedly good looking, huh?
You know, I wouldn't kick you out of bed for a night, but...
Fair enough. I can respect a lady with standards.
It's not standards, it's more of a survival mechanism.
Gotcha. I see.
You don't get close to anyone, you can't get hurt.
Sounds like a kind of sad way to be.
She'll just kind of shrug. It worked out well, and the nightmares have subsided, so... And she'll just kind of like turn his face here and there, making sure she got everything.
You've lived a life.
Well, you know. Been on my own since I was a child before being picked up.
No, picked up where?
Off the street. Every so often, you know, those of us who are orphaned find little hidey holes, and sometimes someone sees something in you.
Oh.
Hence why most people know me as Cat.
How appropriate.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I can relate to that to some degree at least. Though Slackjaw brought me in when I was a late teen. Before that, I was And you see, sort of, it gets a little cagey.
You don't have to say shit. We all have our stories.
Fair enough.
Technically, you really don't have to say anything other than that's where you're going.
Maybe I'll tell you some other time. If you're interested.
Would be. I have a few things I want to pick your brain about. Figure I'd pick yours before wandering off across the city.
What do you want to pick my brain about?
Well, curiosity got piqued. Whalebone and
Is
all
that
of
a
that.
pun?
Possibly. But Elizabetta now has 2 arms.
And he sort of like looks at you perplexed. What do you mean?
We delivered our package. Most of us were escorted out of the room. Our dear patron and Elizabetta were left in the room. Well, heard an explosion. And when we were let back in, Elizabetta had an extra arm. She didn't have before. Like I said, curiosity got piqued.
What in the void?
Exactly.
An explosion went off and she came out of it with 2 arms.
2 arms and not a hair on her head harmed.
Usually, that kind of goes the other way around, where you end up with less limbs.
Yes, but apparently this was the opposite. I apparently offended the good doctor.
Well, I guess now my curiosity's piqued also.
Exactly. And you were the safer option than the nameless. Not that I really want to owe them more than I have to.
Okay. Well, I suppose, what are you thinking then?
I don't have a fucking clue. This was never part of my, how shall we say, introductory of how to be a useful pawn.
There you go, making yourself sound sad again. But
Not sad, I just knew where my lot in life was. Unless something with a lot of money found me pretty and decided to make me a lady of a home.
maybe we'll table that for now. But
Oh, was that a proposition? And her shit-eating grin just gets bigger.
and he sort of like smirks and says, not saying I'm not interested, but I think I'd like to get to know you a little more before anything like that happens.
Yeah, well, like I said, few things over the last few nights have piqued my interest, and well, you're the only one who would tell me more than, oh, bone.
Fair enough. I suppose.
So, but yeah, if you see her again, don't be shocked at the not arm-looking arm.
Thanks for the heads up. Well, should probably be heading back and getting ready for the next bout. But if you're interested
You're
in
not.
talking, what?
I would be, and you're not leaving your cup alone.
Sounds good. I was gonna say, if you're interested, we can talk more after.
Yes.
Sounds good. He'll sort of get up.
She'll take his hat and pop it on nicely, fix it. Getting better.
Go get him, Tiger.
Yeah. And sort of like walks away and just starts cracking his knuckles.
Meanwhile,
yes, I would say as he's heading back, what the fuck is Cersei doing?
Honestly, you know, if she was aware of that whole conversation, she would have gone. That's right. Talk to him. Talk to him for a good long time. And that gives her plenty of time to head on over to the other fighter, the opposition, and offer said fighter herself in a persuasive manner. She says, I have a little bit of hand ointment here for you. It's going to help you in this fight. And what it is the kind of, now, I don't know if this would actually be peppers or not, but some kind of, plant-based material that would have no effect on this gentleman's hands at all. So anybody who's ever worked with thanks, Tom. Anybody who's ever worked with, he's a madman on the keyboard. The sound.
He is. This episode especially.
I know, right? So what it is anybody who's ever actually cooked with like peppers or whatever, like especially chili peppers or something like that, and you're working with it and everything else, and you go to rub your eyes or something like that, and you regret that decision immediately, right? Right. Exactly.
That was appropriate.
Yes, exactly. That's what she's rubbing on his fists. Basically, she's like, get him in the eyes once or twice with these, and your fight's going to go a hell of a lot better. And it's not going to bother his skin at all, so it's completely undetected. It's not like colored or anything like that. It is the perfect kind of sabotage here. And so she's just going to look like she's rubbing his hands, like getting them ready, and that sort of thing. And what she's really doing is rubbing some really, really spicy ointment on there, so that all he needs to do is land one or two good punches, and poor Jacob isn't going to be able to see for a week. So, so yeah, there you go. That's what she's got in mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
she needs to do it because she's kind of talking the fighter through this.
Okay.
Jacob can't.
And then
or
let me
not
roll
Jacob,
for
Caleb
her,
can't.
I suppose.
Yes, exactly.
So, what was the
cleverly.
Talk cleverly.
Talk cleverly. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that was shit.
Okay. Could I spend void points?
You could spend void points.
I'd like to spend some void points on Cersei here.
Okay.
Make a truth.
All right.
Actually, you said we have momentum too, right?
You do have a momentum, yes.
I would like to spend that as well.
Okay. So you're adding a die?
Yeah.
Okay. And how many void points are you spending to re-roll?
2.
2. Okay, so let me roll those 3 dice for you because it was real bad before. It was an 18 and a 20.
Yeah. Let's roll lower this time, Aloysius. Come on.
Is 20 a complication?
If he had stuck with it, yeah. Well, still not super great, but 1 was at least good.
Okay, better than nothing at all. Yeah.
Okay. And he sort of this guy's
terrible.
Yeah, this guy sort of looks at Cersei and his proposal, and her proposal, and just says, "Well, what's in it for me exactly?"
She's like winnings, of course.
What, you're giving me your winnings?
No, not all of my winnings, but you'll be getting a share. Yeah.
How much?
You're the underdog in this fight. You'll be getting a percentage, just like anybody else would be.
Do not answer my question.
10%.
Fuck off.
So now, hold on. Okay, I'll compromise. 13%.
Piss off, lady.
What's it going to take for you to do this? Yeah, I'm already giving you an edge in this fight, and you're the underdog. You're about to get your face beat in.
Yeah, but you got... if you're trying to rig the fight, and, ain't nothing inherently wrong with that, but you got something against this guy for whatever reason.
What do you want? What do you want?
20%.
20%? 17.
20.
You're not very good at this, are you?
Sounds like you're not the one who's very good at this.
Oh! Just here I am trying to help you out. You're stiffing me for 20%. I came up from 13. I'm meeting you halfway at 17. It's more than you'd be getting otherwise.
Fine.
She's like, oh no. She's got to do one of those things where she's gone in to shake his hand and goes, oh.
Yeah, I would say he absolutely does not go to shake her hand.
Yeah. And then she's going to disappear back into the crowd. She's like, you better fucking win.
and sort of like once Jacob comes back and they're sort of like doing the prep before the last fight starts, Cersei would notice and then likely subsequently point out to Caleb that he's like applying the lotion to his hands or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Let me roll ahead of time for these gents. Okay. And sort of like as they're getting ready in their corners, Roxy ends up walking back out, starts hyping up the crowd again, and it's like, it's the last fight of the evening, folks, and it's gonna be a good one. She doesn't have a fucking microphone because those don't exist, but we're gonna pretend she does. And she has a megaphone just to holding it up, and like brings the two of them in. It looks like this guy is actually part of the Dead Eels, like Roxy is, and giving them the lowdown, and basically like as soon as Roxy breaks off, this guy this Dead Eel just goes in. He doesn't even hit him. He like slaps Jacob in the side of the head, and wow, I was like, wow, that was really well timed. But It just like slaps Jacob like right across the side of his the face and like directly hits like his left eye, and and it takes a second, but I was like, but it is like he's doing his best, but you can tell that he is like in pain looking at his face. And he starts dodging and weaving as best as he can, because it's one of those things where immediately he's like, something's not right here. I don't know what it is, but something's not right. And the dead eel sort of like manages to get into a groove with him and just gets like a bunch of body shots in on Jacob, and he starts like hunching over, like he gets him down to like one knee, and it's sort of like with one eye like clenched shut. Jacob's looking up at this dead eel, and it's like the blink of an eye. Jacob just uppercuts this dude, and fully sends him off his feet and knocks him onto the ground. And he does not get back up. And like one eye still like closed shut, tears clearly streaming down. He just like holds up his fist to the crowd, and everyone's like, yeah. Yes, thank you. And you can see Roxy's a little disappointed by the outcome of this fight, and is like, yeah, well, I guess Bottle Street's really just winning out the night. Give it a hand for him, folks. And then sort of like as Jacob starts walking out the pit, you see Roxy sort of walk up to the unconscious dead eel and basically looks like she's just cursing him out, and then just like slaps him across the face.
Thank you.
And it gestures for a couple of people to like drag him out of there.
Drag his ass out, right into the river.
Yeah. It's right there. Throw him in.
It's right there.
He'll be a real dead eel in a second.
That's right. Embarrassing.
And then Roxy's just like, hope you enjoyed the fights. Go collect your winnings, have a drink, kiss a lady. I don't know, live your life. And then she just throws it and walks off.
Okay, yeah.
I really hope Cersei is rethinking her strategy.
She just thinks that all these guys are losers. Like, she gave them every advantage in the world and they still lost. Like, what is that?
She really sucks at her job.
Yeah, she's just like, yeah, she's going to utter the classic villain line of like, if you want anything done, you have to do it yourself, you know? So at some point, she's just gonna...
So Cersei is going to enter the next fight.
Right. Like, I know I'm half your size, but I got someone here who's twice my size, so...
And he'll be fighting for me.
That's right.
So they're the same size?
Yes, exactly. A tag team.
How tall is Cersei?
Cersei's like 5'4".
So Caleb's got like a full.
Oh
at least
yeah,
a
yeah,
foot
yeah,
on
yeah.
her.
He's got
Okay.
easily a foot on her. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, she's short.
Yeah, and how she reacts to this outcome.
Oh, she's incensed. Is the word I would use. Incensed. Yeah,
That seems like an appropriate word for her.
Yeah. She's absolutely not happy at all. She feels that she gave these guys every advantage possible, and they still dropped the fucking ball. And so, it's no good. And she will see to it that they both find their way to the river. So, like, it doesn't matter that Yelizaveta has helped to try to, heal the one. He's still going to go into the river.
You're gonna throw the unconscious Hatter and Dediel in the river.
Oh no! She's not going to. She's just going to see to it that they find their way into the river.
And how is she gonna do that?
Oh, I don't know. She'll cut some deals with somebody, or she'll simply encourage those people who lost, money on both of those fights to help her with that situation. So, I'm sure that these sorts of upstanding people who attend illegal underground boxing matches, that they wouldn't mind taking out their frustrations on the losers of the fights who have lost them, their winnings.
Well, she can't sabotage for shit, but apparently she can convince people to murder 2 other people.
That's what I'm talking about.
She knows some guys.
That's right. She knows some guys. That's a victory, at least.
Yeah. It's like those two. It's like those 2 disappointments
That's
are
right.
gonna end up in the river.
They're fucking fish food now.
So the other one's straight up dead, though. Yeah. Like, is actually dead,
Um.
or did they just go, "Oh, he seems dead"?
Oh, the one that got uppercutted.
Yeah.
No, he's just super unconscious.
Okay. Then I'll go do my job.
You
Okay.
do realize the first thing he's going to do when he wakes up is rub his eyes.
Yeah. Damn, that's true. Actually, that's gonna suck for that guy. Gonna rub his eyes.
Salt meat
and-
wound.
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
he's gonna wake up underwater, okay? In the most
Oh my gosh.
polluted waterway in all of Dunwall, okay? So I
Listen,
think that
she
rubbing his
she doesn't
eyes
care, so
will be
it's fine.
the least of his worries, right? I know that Yelizaveta's going to go to the trouble of making sure he actually gets to wake up, but Cersei's going to go to the trouble of make sure he doesn't after she does.
Love it. Cersei's gonna be like, enjoy the last time you ever opened your eyes ever again. You've been granted this one blessing.
That's right.
That's good. And so yeah, Cersei immediately goes and starts greasing some palms to put things into motion.
And honestly, it doesn't take much because, like I said, these are people who have already lost money on these matches, and they're already ready to do what needs to be done. So,
This is true, and also you have multiple different gangs here with varying different levels of beef with each other.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's an easy sell. Yeah. And that guy asking for his fucking 20%. He had it coming.
It might be a messy outcome, but I guess we'll have to find out. So Yelly goes about her business. Jimmy's taking some
stimulant.
drunk people home.
I know he's already making bank.
I was like Jimmy's making bank taking drunk people home.
Right, and then took people home and come back.
Yeah. Cersei is orchestrating 2 murders.
Yes.
And
vengeance.
I say Ryder is still riding high on life, really. Shit's going great for him.
Well, I tried to congratulate Jacob in person, and
Yeah.
but at this point I'm already burning my cup, so it doesn't come over very well.
yeah. You sort of slur some words at him, and he just and he just pats your back as he's walking.
You can see his eyes all swollen. Like his eyes all shut and swollen.
Yeah. And Jacob would go and find Kat wherever she may be.
Adrian!
Oh no, she wasn't far from where he entered.
All right, cool. So he does not have to walk far then.
Nope. Well, you're having some luck.
It seems that way, yeah. Someone really doesn't want me to win. Or didn't want me to win, I suppose.
Too bad for their night.
Yeah.
On a
wanna get
side
outta
note,
here?
you're getting handsomer, but yeah.
Okay. Okay.
She'll grab his hat from where it is and just pop it on and start walking.
He chuckles in a little bewilderment and follows after you.
And she'll lead him to her carriage and be like, "So, where do you need to be?"
Nowhere in particular.
Anywhere you want to be. Minus the palace.
I guess just pick somewhere and I'll be there.
She'll probably take him home so she can look at his eye. Stash
Okay.
him in front of a window because she has some amazing views.
Take him back to your place. Show him the sights.
If anything happens, he's getting kicked out after the act, and then he's on his own on how to get out.
I would say I would say that, as tempting as the offer may be, he would not make a move for that, just because they're not on that level.
But if he needs to sleep off whatever happened, she has a chair she can crash in, and she'll pop him in her bed.
And he would be very thankful of that.
She's not trying to make enemies within her own gang. She's a sweet talker and can move quickly, but that's about it.
And I guess we will flash back to the Hound Pits momentarily, as people are still lingering and things are set into motion. Someone, after Elizaveta has done all her fantastic work and all that, would Elizaveta hang around after the fight, or would she be well on her way after that?
To get paid, yes.
Okay. And she, as she would sort of go looking for people, you would hear basically pretty much everyone who's still there would hear a commotion over by the riverbank, where two bodies were found face down, and at the discovery, the Hatters and the Dead Eels immediately start pointing fingers at each other. As anyone knows, they have a long-standing gang rivalry and do not like each other. And they needless to say, violence immediately ensues, pretty much.
On a scale of 1 to get the fuck out of here, like, where are we as?
Probably getting close to get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Yeah. You said they're by the river. Do we have to go that direction to get out of this building, or like a different?
You don't have to like go like right by it. There are like a couple alleyways in the nearby buildings that you could sort of like weave between that would not require you to go next to the river, but it's all sort of like relative proximity to each other, but you wouldn't have to like go in that direction to get out of here unless you came by boat, which I don't think you did. But
no. Okay, cool. Then Yelly's just gonna be like, all right, give me my money so I can go, because I cannot heal stupidity.
Yeah. And
Yes.
yeah.
True. Women in STEM.
and you get your payment and get the fuck out of there. Ryder, you're plastered right now. So what's your take on what's happening?
Does the Bottle Street gang have any alliance with the Deadios or the Hatters, or are we just indifferent to them?
They're pretty neutral with them, with both of them for the most part.
Becky just sitting on the side drinking. Thought the fights were over, but now there's more fights to watch.
Fair enough.
That's the spirit.
And Caleb and Cersei, what do you do when the functional riot starts ensuing?
Cersei's happy.
Cersei's happy with the gang fight that's ensuing.
Oh yeah. This is at least some recompense for what has otherwise been a shitty evening. And so, the fact that these two gangs are now tearing into each other, it's helping to boost her mood up a little bit. She's walking away like a cool guy not looking at explosions, right? She's just walking away as these two gangs start going at it. And yeah, exactly. And she's thank you for that explosion sound effect. And she's just sauntering away with Caleb beside her, like, come on, let's go. And he's just following along like being good Caleb that he is. And and behind her is absolute fucking mayhem. So,
yeah.
that's just the way she would leave a scene. So,
all right. And I think with that, we will finish up tonight.
Oh, our storyteller, our game master had a plan.
No. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, all of that was thoroughly enjoyable. I like that a lot.
It didn't end the way I thought it would.
How did you think it was going to end? I'm just curious.
Possibly Kat coming up behind Cersei and just like smashing her head into something.
Over the head with a brick.
Yeah.
While no one's looking. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
And it's Kat with the steel chair.
Well, we have precedent for people falling into the river. So.
Yes. Well, thank you, everybody.
Thanks, David.
Pleasure as always. And we'll be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. So until then, have a good night, everybody.
Good night. Oh, don't forget to plug Barbaricon.
Yes, Barbaricon, Saturday. The vast majority of the day. Show up. We'll probably be doing something.
Yep. Noon, 4, and 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes. Well said. Thank you for being more responsible with plugs than I. Don't take that out.
You're running one of the games.
But I know. Good night, everybody.
Good night.